for 25 years. Your home for Minnesota Twins baseball.
Oswaldo Arcia and Clete Thomas, the hitting heroes last night. The Twins have scored just enough to win the first two games against the Philadelphia Phillies. And tonight, on a beautiful night for baseball at Target Field, the Twins hope to complete their first three-game sweep of the season. It is gorgeous tonight at the ballpark, and the Twins hope to pick up win number 30 on the season. And good evening from the ballpark. Dick Bremer and Bert Blyleven with you for the final game of this series with the Phillies. And Kevin Correa gets the start for the Twins, hoping to recapture some of the magic he had in April.
Yeah, very good month of April for Kevin Correa. His last start coming in Washington, he had a quality start. 7 of his 12 starts have been quality starts. A ground ball pitcher, basically. 13 double plays turned behind him. He has really enjoyed pitching here at Target Field. In 6 starts, a 3-1 record. Very good ERA, under 3.
Well, the Phillies have had a disappointing start to their season. They have some issues in the bullpen, but there's no issue with their starting pitcher tonight. Cliff Lee, whether he's in the American League or the National League, he's one of the game's best.
Yeah, he's won over 130 ball games. Cliff Lee making his 20th career start against the Twins. Over his last 3 starts, 2-0, 28 strikeouts. Very good earned run average. And by the way, he has a 5-1 record on the road this year with a 1.80 ERA.
And as you are watching the Twins in their attempt of sweeping the Philadelphia Phillies in this 3-game series, it's also social media night tonight here at Target Field. We'll have more on that in just a moment. North is presented by Northland Ford. Visit northlandford.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today. By Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. And by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds.
Welcome back to Target Field, where the Twins look to sweep the Phillies and continue their hot streak at home. I'm Jenny Taft. Tonight, we're doing something fun here at Target Field. We've invited some bloggers and social media gurus to be here at the game, to tweet about the game, and of course, to talk all about the Twins game tonight. We also want you to tweet in throughout the night to make sure you use the hashtag MNTwins. We also want you to tell us some of your favorite Twins players and prospects to follow on Twitter. Use that same hashtag MNTwins. And I'm joined now by a very popular Twins blogger. This is Justin Carlson, and he's been on Twitter since 2007, tweeting about the Twins. What does this night mean to you?
It's pretty great because a lot of us don't get to meet face-to-face, so it's pretty awesome to be able to meet everybody, and that's actually how I started on Twitter, is just basically tweeting about the Twins and a lot of different sports. So it's pretty great that finally it's kind of grown up to this, and kind of makes it a little more legitimate, and it makes you feel good to, have the Twins respect it. They give a lot of things away on Twitter, and they listen to their people in there. So it's pretty awesome.
And there's a little competition tonight amongst the tweeters. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so the one who gets the most retweets on a single tweet tonight wins a Chris Parmelee signed bat. So JC8, which I think you might see on your screen, but JC8, retweet me so I can win that bat for my 3-year-old son.
A little plug there for Justin. I hope you get the win. Well, when we come back, we will have the first pitch. Dick and Bert will have that. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Twins Baseball on Fox Sports North.
Tonight, they go for their first 3-game sweep of the season. Saw Clay Thomas and now Oswaldo Arcia, two players who were a week ago playing for the Rochester Red Wings, and they took center stage last night, combined 7 hits between them. So the Twins are poised to complete a 3-game sweep here against the Philadelphia Phillies. Charlie Manuel's team had a 5-game winning streak, now a 5-game losing streak. The Phillies hope to get out of town with a win. They're in the middle of a week-and-a-half long road trip. The Menards batting order for the Phillies. Ben Revere leading off. Michael Young flip-flopping with Revere in the batting order, then Jimmy Rollins, Ryan Howard, Dominic Brown, Delman Young, Lance Nix, Freddie Galvis, and then Humberto Quintero.
And Kevin Correa on the mound making his 13th start. 7 of his 12 starts have been quality starts. This will be his 5th career start against the Philadelphia Phillies. He won his first major league game against the Phillies back in 2003 when he first came up with the San Francisco Giants. In his second game, his first major league start.
Northland Ford defense for the Twins. Oswaldo Arcia in left field. Clete Thomas in center. Ryan Doman in right. Jamie Carroll, Eduardo Escobar left side of the infield. Brian Dozier, Justin Morneau on the right side. Mauer behind the plate. We have not had a home run hit for either team in this series, and that will be one of the challenges for Correa here tonight, because he's among the league leaders in home runs allowed with 14.
Yeah, 12 of them have been solo home runs, so that's his goal, to keep the ball in the ballpark, but don't give him up with somebody on base, and he's done a pretty good job of that.
Ball 1 to Ben Revere, who has yet to hit a major league home run. I figured by now he'd have 1 or 2 in Philly's ballpark. It's such an easy home run hitter's ballpark.
Well, both pitchers here tonight, Kevin Correa, also Cliff Lee, they don't walk a lot of batters. They throw strikes.
And Bruce Dreckman is calling them here in this first at bat, 1 and 2.
Correa has worked 77 innings. He's walked only 12 with 36 strikeouts. That's the most on the staff in strikeouts.
Up and in, 2 and 2. Revere hit out of the leadoff spot in the first weeks of the season, struggled there, was moved down to the bottom of the order, not the very bottom, but 7th, 8th. And he responded a little bit better offensively. We've seen him in the first 2 games of this series hitting second. Now another opportunity for him to hit as a leadoff batter. Foul off of Mauer, 2 and 2.
Correa, 32 years old, originally signed by the the Giants back in 2002. Made only 25 minor league starts before he came up with the Giants in 2003.
2 and 2. And Revere with a good at bat and a sharp single to right to start the ball game.
That looked like a changeup, but just stayed up, and Ben Revere got the barrel bat out and got the base hit.
Speaking of home runs, in tonight's game, we are participating in the Home Run Challenge. Every home run in this game raises $12,000 for prostate cancer research. You can make a pledge by going online to homerunchallenge.org. The Twins organization getting involved to help keep Dad in the game. They'll be donating an additional $10,000 for each home run hit by the Twins this week, and $1,000 for every strikeout by a Twins pitcher. Revere aboard, and Michael Young takes a strike.
And Ben Revere, we've talked about it the last couple nights, 14 stolen bases and 18 attempts, but Kevin Correa pretty tough to run against. Only 2 stolen attempt bases, only 1 successful. He'll utilize that slide step.
Fouled back, 2 strikes. Correa has been bitten by early inning run scoring in his last couple of starts. Got out of the first inning in his last start, but gave up 2 runs. Gave up a couple of solo home runs in the first inning 2 starts ago. Just outside, 1 and 2.
Not bad. This is his 12th start. You know, a couple times multi-run innings in that first inning. Create the 9 runs. Again, here at Target Field, 3-1 with a 2.95 ERA. This is his 7th start here at home.
2 and 2. "13 ground ball double plays induced by Correa. And a couple of long at bats here in the beginning of this game. There goes Revere, and the pitch hit to center field. Revere gets to second base and retreats. Never touched the bag. Drive to center for the first out of the ball game, hauled in by Clete Thomas.
Yeah, middle infielders Dozier, also Escobar, trying to deke Revere a little bit.
We'll bring up Jimmy Rollins. Rollins struggling, hitting third in this Philly lineup. Ryan Howard struggling, hitting fourth. Down and away, ball one. The Phillies have some issues. They're used to scoring a lot of runs, and they have not done that this year. They have some bullpen issues. The Twins have taken advantage of those issues to win a couple of ball games already. One and 0 to Jimmy Rollins. Revere goes. Mauer's throw. Not in time. Stolen base for Ben Revere, and he's in scoring position.
Well, he ran on a good pitch. It looked like a changeup down. And of course, a changeup is about 7-8 miles an hour slower. And Mauer, good strong throw, but Ben Revere got a good jump. Got that left hand on the outfield side of the bag and steals his 15th base.
Runner in scoring position now for Rollins. Changeup lofted over the Philly dugout.
Rollins, a switch hitter, hitting .270 as a left-handed hitter, .242 from the right side in his 14th season with the Phillies. Three-time All-Star, National League MVP in 2007. Right on top of the plate. There's where Rollins stands. Back of the box, but pretty much you can see the hands almost over the inner half of the plate.
Up high, now 3-1. And Howard on deck. I mentioned that Correa liked to pitch as effectively as he did in April. 3-1 with an ERA among the league's best, 2.23. And Correa has it go off him, and Rollins will reach. He tried to glide to the right as he was facing the ground ball, and he didn't block it. It'll be an infield hit.
Yeah, his momentum kind of took him toward first base, and that ball was kind of hit behind him. And rather than trying to maybe move his glove over there, he tried to get in front of it and knock it down. And the ball squirted by him. Never really got glove on it, just got a piece of his ankle and deflected towards short. Infield base hit for Jimmy Rollins.
Now they give Correa an error.
They give him an error on that. Wow. Okay.
So first and third, one away. Howard at the plate. Swing and a miss. Correa less than a strikeout every 2 innings. He'd love to get one here.
See if he can get a ground ball too. Howard has not hit into many double plays, just 3 double plays so far.
Howard strikes out about once every 3 at bats. Down and away, and it's 1-1. Speed at third, and still pretty good speed over at first base, and Jimmy Rollins. Grounded through the hole, a base hit. Revere will score, and Rollins will end up at second base. So more first inning carnage against Kevin Correa with only one out.
Yeah, another changeup right there. Ben Revere got a changeup up and he hit it into right field. Right here, a changeup that stayed up. And Rollins just kind of waited nicely, utilizing those strong hands he has, and found that hole between first and second. Excuse me, Ryan Howard.
Now Dominic Brown. First and second still, only one out. Fouled back, a strike. Brown leading the National League in home runs with 19. One ahead of Carlos Gonzalez of the Rockies. Swing and a miss. 2 strikes. Brown, the National League Player of the Month for May. 12 home runs. 25 runs batted in, and he did not draw one walk. Foul back. Like a cutter in on the handle of the bat. Still 2 strikes.
I mentioned Correa is making his 5th career start, his 12th appearance against the Phillies. He is 1-3, the only win coming in his first major league start back in 2003. Very high ERA against the Phillies at 8.64.
Missed the inside corner. Correa's already thrown 23 pitches here in the first inning. To reset. Warno retreats, makes the catch. Soft line drive again, like a cutter in on the handle of the bat for out number 2. And that'll bring up Delvin Young. Tonight's Cold Hard Fact brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
Well, you want to win at home, and that's exactly what the Twins have been able to do over their last 7 home games. Hitting for a high average, pitching has been outstanding, especially the starters, and the bullpen's been that way all season long.
Delman Young, the batter, with 2 on and 2 out. Phillies already up 1-0. A lot of people in baseball were surprised that any National League team would sign Delman Young because he's not good in the outfield. But the Phillies signed him. He's got all sorts of incentive and weight clauses in his contract. Swing and a miss, 1-1. He got off on the right foot. He hit a home run in his first at bat for the Phillies. His season started late because he had off-season ankle surgery. One and one. Fouled away. It's the second.
There was not a lot of interest in Delman Young in there in the American League or National League. So the contract he signed, very low base salary,
right,
just filled with incentives.
It's the second year in a row, though, that the Phillies kind of surprised people. Remember the offseason before, they signed Jim Thome, and we all thought, well, if Jim signs on with anybody, it'll be in the American League, where he can be the DH and pinch hitter. Fouled, and the Phillies thought he could fill a hole for them at first base until Ryan Howard got back, and of course Jim ended up being traded to the Orioles. A lot of pitches for Correa in this first inning. He'd like to get out of the inning here with just the 1 run allowed. 1-2 to Young. Breaking ball down and away. 2-2.
Well, one thing Young's always been able to do, Delman Young, and that's hit. A .284 career hitter coming into this year.
Foul back. His best year was with the Twins. It was in 2010. Hit just under 300, 570 at bats. Hit .298, 21 home runs, 112 runs batted in. Two and two. And that ends the inning. Well, not a tiny inning by any means, but the Phillies got just one run in the first. To pull out a win. We'll see what they can get done here tonight. The Menards batting order has Jamie Carroll on top, Joe Mauer batting second, Ryan Doman third, Josh Willingham, Justin Morneau, Oswaldo Arcia in the middle, then Clete Thomas, Brian Dozier, and Eduardo Escobar.
And Cliff Lee on the mound, making his 20th career start against the Twins, his first time he has pitched here at Target Field, looking for his 8th win, having another outstanding year. Very good 2.55 earned run average. Made his major league debut against the Twins when he was with the Cleveland Indians back in 2002.
Lee having another really good year, particularly as of late, 5-0 in his last 7 starts, an ERA of under 2. So that the Twins were able to get out of that first inning with just 1 run allowed might be significant indeed. Ball 1. Carroll, for whatever reasons, had great success against Cliff Lee, 5 for 8.
Well, Lee will throw strikes, averaging about 1.5 walks per 9 innings in his career, so he will attack the strike zone. And early on, if I'm Scott Diamond, I'm going to be watching Cliff Lee very closely here in this ballgame. A lot of times, Diamond, I say that he reminds me a lot of Cliff Lee, the way that he comes straight over the top. Works out front. Good pace to his pitching.
Fastball and a strike, 2-2.
Lee with a good fastball. Very good curveball. He'll throw a little cutter in on righties and a very good changeup.
And Carroll drives it deep down the left field line. Foul by a couple of feet. Got all this brawn in the lineup between the Phillies and the Twins. You got Morneau, you got Willingham, you got Howard, and Jamie Carroll almost hit the first home run of this series.
Well, it looked like that little cutter inside. And Carroll opened up nicely, but hit it foul down that line. Would not have gone out, but definitely extra bases.
Another 2-2 pitch. To right. Nix comes in, almost overran it, makes the catch, a pretty well hit ball, 1 down. Northland Ford defense for the Phillies. Dominic Brown's in left. Ben Revere is in center. Lance Nix in right. Michael Young at third. Rollins and Galvis up the middle. Ryan Howard at first, and Quintero doing the catching tonight. One down, and here's Joe Mauer. Up and in, ball one.
Of course, some of these Twins batters have faced Cliff Lee before when he was with the Cleveland Indians and also Texas Rangers. Joe Mauer, 9 for 30 lifetime against Lee, a 300 hitter.
And 2-1.
In his major league debut with the Indians against the Twins, he lost to Kyle Loesch and the Twins 5-0.
Mauer with a liner, and it actually comes down to Rollins. Another well hit ball for out number 2.
Rollins at 5'8" needed all of that, plus a little bit of a leap right here to come down with this ball.
And that'll bring up Ryan Doman. This is Lee's 14th start of 2013. He did not win his first game last year until his 14th start of the year. And it wasn't all his fault. He pitched pretty well. He didn't get any much of any run support. But here's a guy, a former Cy Young Award winner, and he went winless in his first 13 starts last year.
He had a 3.16 ERA in 30 starts, and he was 6-9. Worked over 200 innings for the 6th straight season.
Pitches up 1-2 to Doman, taking over the 3rd spot on the batting order. Yeah, that's something, isn't it? 30 starts and decisions, and only half of them. 1-2. 2-2.
Their career numbers, making his 294th major league start. He has 27 complete games, 12 shutouts.
Lifted to right, harmlessly towards Nix. He makes the catch, and Lee comes off the mound with a 1-2-3 first inning.
And tonight is social media night here at Target Field. The Twins have invited some Twitter experts and bloggers to enjoy the game. watch from a great view, and of course, tweet about the game throughout the night. But if you're watching at home, we want you to also tweet in and join the conversation. Make sure to use the hashtag MNTwins for all your tweets, and I'll, of course, be back with some of those later on tonight. Dick and Bert?
Thank you, Jenny. Good to have you working Twins television tonight. Social media night. Lance Nix leads off the second for the Phillies, and he takes low ball one.
Now, Kevin Correa, 31 pitches in that first inning. He needs some quick outs here if he wants to get in to the 6th or 7th inning. His last start in Washington went 6 1/3 innings through 94 pitches.
Nix takes ball 2. We saw Correa in April do a great job keeping the ball down at command of both sides of the plate. 5 starts, 36 1/3 innings. And Mauer takes another foul pick. And he gave up just 2 home runs. He is 3rd in the American League in home runs allowed with 14. Take a look at Mauer's punishment.
Second time Mauer's been hit in this ball game already.
14 home runs allowed by Correa. Only Chris Tillman of the Orioles and Jeremy Guthrie of the Royals have given up more in the American League with 16 home runs allowed.
He had back-to-back starts where he gave up 3 home runs in each game.
And that's what I was going to ask you. 14 home runs, but for most of the season that really wasn't an issue. But now 7 of them allowed in his last 3 starts.
Yeah, but just solo home runs, Dick. You know, I mean, hopefully they don't beat you.
2-2 to Nix. Galvis will follow. And a strikeout. Second consecutive strikeout.
You know, Correa, over his last 3 starts, he's 1-0 in those 7 strike or home run games.
When you join the Twins season ticket family this year, you'll be hitting the sweet spot. Purchase any of the Twins season ticket packages and get 10% off food, beverage, and merchandise bought at Target Field. Season ticket prices are also up to 20% cheaper than single game purchases. So call 800-33-TWINS or go to twinsbaseball.com.
And even though he has given up 7 home runs in his last 3 starts, the Twins are 3-0. They've won all 3 games.
Up high, 1-1 to Galvis. Off a foot and into foul territory, 1-2. They're in the bottom of the 16th in Oakland. The Yankees and A's tied at 2.
How about those Oakland A's? Boy, are they playing good baseball.
That's something.
Yeah, they are 1 game coming into today's play, 1 game better than the Texas Rangers.
Chipped over the head of Carroll, a base hit, and Arcia with a retrieve, a 1-out single. And I'll say this about the Phillies, they're just kind of poking it in the right spot. Take a look at the A's, a game better than the Texas Rangers. It's amazing what happens when you pitch well, as the A's have done.
Yeah, they are 20-10 at home and 20-17 on the road. That game between the Yankees and the A's being played in Oakland.
Here's Quintero squaring to bunt at strike 1. A's haven't scored that many more runs than the Twins, but they have pitched better. An ERA that's about a half run lower than the Twins. Swing and a miss, 2 strikes.
Good hard slider right there by Correa. Same pitch that struck out Delman Young in the first inning.
3 pitches. The number 9 hitter is retired, 2 down.
And strikeout number 3 for Correa. Well, coming off a season high 7 strikeouts in his last start against the Nationals.
If you'd like, you can vote for the Arby's Value Player of the Game. Text the word value, followed by a space in the player's name to short code 234-234. Ben Revere, the batter, singled, stole a base, scored, the only run of the game so far. Ball 1. Foul at the plate. Twins with a couple of 1-run wins in this series. They're now 11-9 in 1-run games, 5-4 in 2-run games. Everybody in the division, of course, chasing the Tigers, and the Tigers come into town. In fact, they're already in the Twin Cities. They'll open up a 3-game series tomorrow night. It's the Tigers and then 4 teams in a cluster separated by just 3 games. One and 1 to Revere. 2-1. Correa's pitch count approaching 50 with just 5 outs recorded. Base hit for Revere, his second single. And Galvis goes to second. Some thought that the Tigers may activate Austin Jackson. He's the subject of our Sanford Health injury report. Right now in Toledo. Tigers with an off day today, hoping that if not for this weekend series very soon, Jackson can rejoin them.
Yeah, I mean, he's their leadoff hitter. They've really kind of missed him in that leadoff spot. Ben Revere picking up his second hit, his 6th hit in this series.
Michael Young lined out to center his first time up. Breaking ball, down and away, ball 1. It's been a struggle for Correa. 4 singles. He committed an error in the first inning. And now Young drives it to right center field. Long run for Clete Thomas. He gets there on the warning track. A lot of coverage in center by Clete Thomas. He ends the inning. It's still 1-0 Phillies. Josh Willingham will lead off the second for the Twins. He'll be followed by Justin Morneau and Oswaldo Arcia.
There's Gert right there. She's celebrating her 102nd birthday. So, Gert, you are hereby circled by Bert.
That is tremendous. Happy birthday. Gert circled by Bert. Here's Willingham. Lifted down the right field line, a foul ball, and back into the seats, 1 strike.
And that's one thing you might see some of the Twins do, jump on that first pitch from Cliff Lee. Again, he's around the strike zone. He doesn't walk a lot of batters. He will come right at you, so you want to be ready for that first pitch.
Up high, 1-1.
Opponents coming into this ball game hitting .226 against Cliff Lee. He's allowed only 5 home runs. Right-handers hitting only .206. Left-handers .283. So right-handers have had a tougher time against Lee than left-handed hitters. 4 of the 5 home runs coming from 2 right-handed hitters.
Called strike 2-2.
Get something off that pitch right there. Change up, down.
And another one lifted foul into the seats. Multicolored batter's eye out in center field with some sun shining on the center part of the batter's eye.
Yeah, Lee's tough enough to hit. You don't need some type of element that might deter you from seeing that baseball. And Lee throws that fastball right past Willingham and picks up his first strikeout.
Boy, Smalley, from your vantage point, what makes Cliff Lee so tough?
Well, guys, he's got all the pitches. We've seen him throw a couple different kind of fastballs. He's got the big curveball. You were talking about how guys are swinging early, and mainly hitters don't want to have to fight off that real good curveball. First fastball you see, you're going to be hacking at. But he's like any other real good pitcher. You got to get to him early if you can before he settles in.
Fastball down low, ball 1.
Yeah, Lee making his 20th career start against the Twins, 8 wins and 4 losses with a 3.64 ERA.
1-1. Chop to the right side. Galvis to Ryan Howard. 2 down. That'll bring up Arcia. You can get into the game on Fox Sports North. Submit a question online at carsoup.com/baseball. Jack at Elk River wondering, a Bert, in your opinion, who are the top 5 starters in the game today?
Well, I kind of did this list right here. You cannot, eliminate the guys that are 9-0. Buchholz, Scherholz, Corbin, Scherzer, with the Tigers. And then you look at Wainwright. He won today. He's 10-3. And then we saw Jordan Zimmerman. He's got nasty stuff. There's a lot of pitchers to pick from. I had Verlander, Hernandez with Seattle, Darvish, Sabathia, Matt
What about
Moore.
Anibal Sanchez? He's had a couple of phenomenal games and a very good first half, first couple months and some change for the Tigers.
Even James Shields. He's kind of going through what Cliff Lee went through last year.
Yeah.
James Shields is 2-6, an ERA under 3, but 12 of his 14 starts have been quality starts.
3-0 to the rookie Arcia. He'll be followed by Clete Thomas.
And we saw Matt Harvey with the Mets. He's got nasty stuff. 5-0.
Lost his first game today to the Cardinals.
Did he lose today?
Yeah.
So Wainwright defeated him.
3-0 to Arcia. Takes a strike.
A lot of good starters out there.
Three and 2. Arcia, which isn't his usual routine, takes 5 pitches, and then Lee gets him to lunge on the 6th pitch. And it's another 1-2-3 inning. 1-0 Phillies.
at the ballpark. Well, here at Target Field, we continue to celebrate Hope Week. And earlier today, Twins manager Ron Gardenhire and some Twins alumni met with veterans at the VA hospital as part of Hope Week to sign some autographs, take photos, and talk with the veterans. Hope Week is a way for the Minnesota Twins players, coaches, and front office staff to give back to the community. So when they're not busy playing baseball, they're out there volunteering. It's great to see, guys.
Yeah, thank you. I tell you what, these coaches, manager, players give a lot of time back.
1-0 to Rollins. And it's more visible, I think, this time of year because the baseball season is ongoing, but it's a 12-month out-of-the-year commitment by the Twins organization. There are things going on in the fall and winter time, too, that those who are in this area or down in Fort Myers that keep them very busy. 2-0 to Rollins. Fouled away. Rollins, Howard, and Brown in the Philly third inning. One.
No walks for Correa, 3 strikeouts. The run in the top of the first inning, an unearned run.
Because of Correa's error. 3-2. Mentioned the Phillies have a challenge here as they try to get back above the 500 mark. They're in the middle of a long road trip after the game tonight. They go to Colorado for 3 games. Three and 2 to the leadoff man in the third. And Rollins slips another one foul. National League East has been a beast in the National League for the last several years, but now the strongest division in the National League might be the Central Division. The Cardinals, Reds, and Pirates all playing 600 baseball or above. And Rollins has a good at bat, but he throws it away, chasing a high fastball.
And strikeout number 4 for Kevin Correa.
1 down. It is social media night, and you have a chance to participate in our AT&T Twitter poll. Which Twins player is your favorite to follow on Twitter? Vote via Twitter using the following hashtags. Follow Diamond, follow Dunsing, follow Hicks, follow Perkins, follow Plouffe. Howard takes outside ball 1. Speaking of Trevor Plouffe, he's still in Rochester, or with the Rochester team, and the Twins want to make sure he's ready to come up here and hit before they call him up. Roll to the right side. Carroll, the third baseman, cuts in front of Dozier, the second baseman, makes the play. 2 down.
Yeah, if you're keeping score at home, how do you rule that? Do you go 5-3 or do you go 4-3? Just hit the second base.
Well, I put down 5-3.
Well, you see where Jamie Carroll is, right where the second baseman normally plays, with Dozier in short right field. Remember, in yesterday's ball game, Escobar had to go to deep right field to throw out Howard.
Here's Dominic Brown.
Watch out.
That's right through the legs of Correa into center field. 2-out single.
Well, Brown jumping on that first pitch, getting his first hit of the series right through the wickets into center field. 5th hit for the Phillies.
Delman Young to the plate, struck out to end the first inning. Strike one. Talking about Young in his 2010 season, his last full year with the Twins. And it looked like his career was ready to vault into stardom. In the year that he drove in 112 runs with the Twins and hit just under 300, hit 21 home runs. He just turned 25 during that season.
Guys, he had worked with then hitting coach Joe Vavra a lot. Vavra finally got him to change his mechanics a little bit. He was staying back behind the ball better. He was just killing it. And at the end of that year in September, he went back to his old way, which you see now as the runner goes.
Hit and run and a beauty. Brown will go to third base. First and third with Delmon Young dribbling a ground ball behind Dozier, who was covering second base.
Yeah, perfectly executed right there. Brown taking off, and it's a second baseman, Dozier, that goes to cover the bag, and that leaves that big hole right there, and Delmon shoots that ball toward right field.
And I think that's a mistake to not have the shortstop covering with Delmon hitting with the runner running there. Delmon hits an awful lot of balls right there. I think you got to know where your best odds of the batter hitting the ball. Delmon might hit it to left on the ground, but he's going to hit a lot more ground balls right there. We've seen it all series so far.
Every hit he's gotten has been on the ground through the right side of the infield.
Yeah, and you got to know that where the ball goes on the ground. Hitters hit the ball different places on the ground and in the air oftentimes, and when you're playing shortstop and calling the coverage, you got to know how a certain hitter is going to try to hit your pitcher, and especially Delmon Young is just, the odds are so much in your favor if you defense to the right side of the
field. Let me ask you, Roy, who takes charge of that? Does a shortstop take charge? Who's covering?
In this situation with Escobar kind of the utility player, I don't know who's calling that. If it's Florimon out there, I'm assuming he's the one that takes charge, that decides. I don't know tonight between Escobar and Dozier. Usually it's the shortstop.
Does that also come from the bench?
No, that never comes from the bench. They don't know what pitches are being thrown, what Joe's calling, and it can change from pitch to pitch and from hitter to hitter.
Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Good slider down and in by Correa.
What should happen from the bench is that, and you can see right now, as I'm looking at it, Escobar walking over and talking to Dozier. I don't know if they're talking about. I'm assuming they're talking about coverage if Delmon tries to go. What should happen on the bench before the game is to go over hitters and say, okay, in a steal situation, who's covering for each guy.
1-2. Just off the corner, Correa took a stride and a half toward the dugout.
Just to stay with that thought for a second, Roy. So, I mean, with, say, Nix right here, if Delmon takes off, normally it would be the shortstop that covers, would it not? Because being a left-handed hitter?
Exactly right.
Just missing.
Exactly right. It's almost always going to be the shortstop against a left-handed hitter unless you've got a guy that just hits predominant. Has proven he hits the ball the other way.
Like Delmon.
Like Delmon, exactly right.
Now full count. And Freddie Galvis on deck.
Real quickly, just to finish that thought about Delmon's hitting mechanics, though, inexplicably he went back to his old way at the end of that year, 2010, Dick, that you were talking about, and has never been anywhere close to being as good as Joe Vavra had him for those about 2.5 months.
Big pitch here, full count, 2 down. Morneau playing behind the runner at first, Delmon Young. It's chipped behind third, but it's a foul ball. Nix went down swinging, leading off the second inning.
And just for the viewers at home, if you see that shot on the 3-2 pitch, nobody holding Delmon on, so nobody's really covering second. They're going to hold their ground.
Right, 3 and 2 and 2 out, absolutely right.
The 70th pitch for Kevin Correa, looking for his 9th out. Chop to the right side. Phillies have scored a run, but they've left 2 on in the first, 2 on in the second, and 2 more here in the third. Presented by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. By Grand Casino, the best stories start here. And by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. Another low-scoring ball game so far. In fact, the Twins don't have a base runner yet against Cliff Lee. Lee Thomas, Brian Dozier, Eduardo Escobar will face him here in the Twins' third. Fastball, strike one over the inside corner.
Well, what a night that Cleet Thomas had last night. 4 for 4. First time in his career at the major league level, a 4-hit night.
A reflection down off of one of the skyscrapers into the ballpark here on a beautiful June evening. See the fans illuminated by the reflection off the skyscraper. 1-2 to Cleet Thomas. Fouled away. Thomas with the average just under 300 after the 4-hit night last night. One and two. And Thomas strikes out, one away.
Well, second strikeout for Lee. Took a little off his breaking ball, and Thomas swings through it.
One down, that'll bring up Dozier. Dozier back in the lineup tonight, fouling the first pitch off. Goodness, they're in the bottom of the 18th in Oakland. No score. Royals finally figured out Jeremy Hellickson, got into the Rays bullpen. They jumped on Tampa's pitching staff for an 8-run 6th inning. It's 8-0 Kansas City. Must be the hitting coach.
They're playing a lot better baseball, aren't they?
Called strike now, 0-2.
Now away. Missing away. Cliff Lee, 34 years old. Came up with the Indians in 2002. Went to the Phillies in 2009. And then with the Mariners, Rangers, and then now back with the Phillies. His third season back.
About his year in 2008 with the Indians. 22-3. With an ERA of 2.54. The wins in ERA, the best in the American League. 2-2. Ground ball. Rollins to his left, couple steps. 2 down. And that'll bring up Eduardo Escobar. And then things being what they've been in Cleveland, they were unable to keep Lee, or chose not to, trading him to the Phillies. And he went to Seattle, traded to Texas. To the surprise of many, signed a free agent contract with the Phillies. The thought was he's going to go back to the Texas Rangers. And now Quintero takes a foul tip. 1 strike.
Took something off that pitch right there, right back off of the neck of Quintero.
Foul back, 2 strikes. Oh, and 2 to the number 9 batter. Here he go. Yep. And Escobar is gone, and it's a perfect first trip through the Twins batting order for Cliff Lee. of Fame, and he told us today how he found out.
The phone call I got in the wintertime with Dave St. Pete and Rod Carew had called me and said, hey, you know, congratulations, you're in the Twins Hall of Fame. I said, did you guys bump your head when you're in the shower today? You know, that type of thing, because you can't believe it. You know, as a kid, just making it to the major leagues was special, but, you know, to be inducted to an organization, a professional organization that you put your heart and soul into is pretty special, man. It doesn't get any better than that.
And it does not get any better than that. Congratulations to Eddie Guardado and Tom Mee. They'll be inducted tomorrow night here. And the induction ceremony will be a broadcast on Fox Sports North, so we're very happy to be bringing you that special event. 1-1 to Freddie Galvis, leading off the fourth for Philadelphia. With a long way foul down the left field line. And you can be here in person if you'd like tomorrow, the opening game of the series with the Tigers. Two-time Twins All-Star Eddie Guardado and a long-time Twins PR Director Tom Mee will be inducted into the Twins Hall of Fame. Single-game tickets to the Twins Hall of Fame induction game and all home games are available at twinsbaseball.com and 1-800-33-TWINS. Down and in 2-2. Galvis, Quintero, and Revere here in the Philly fourth. It's a measure of how special it is for former Twins who already are in the Hall of Fame that so many of them will be here tomorrow. Jim Perry will be here. Rod Carew, Brad Radke, Rick Aguilera, and then a lot of the, of course, local ones who live here. Tom Kelly will be here. Yeah, Greg Gagne flew in. Yeah, he came in here a day or two early. He said he actually had a public appearance, a couple of them to make in Wilmer and St. Cloud. So it's been an extended run for Greg Gagne here in Minnesota. I'm sure a lot of our viewers in the Wilmer and St. Cloud area got a chance to meet Greg, who looks like he could still pick it at short. 2-2 to Galvis. And now a full count. Well, Galvis got a base hit in his first at bat in the second inning, just chipping the ball over the head of Carroll. 6 hits for the Phillies, all singles. Chop on 2 hops. Morneau to the bag, 1 away. Let's get caught up as we move on here in the 4th inning. Well, Howard getting a base hit in the first inning. That scored Ben Revere for the only run of the ball game for either side. Cliff Lee, 9 up, 9 down with 3 strikeouts. Thrown 43 pitches in his first 3 shutout innings. So 1 down in the 4th, and now Quintero, who struck out his first time up. And strike 1. One strike to Quintero. And now 2 strikes. Could use a quick inning with already 80 pitches thrown. And another foul. Well, that's what's happening. Too many foul balls. 81 pitches. Trying to get the second out here in the 4th inning for Kevin Correa. 31 in the first, 18 in the second, 21 pitches in the 3rd inning. Last night, Mike Pelfrey clearly had his best start as a Twin. 7 innings, 5, 1, 2, 3 innings.
And now Correa, who had a lot of those 1, 2, 3 innings in April, having a tough time having those quick innings in June.
Well, one thing Correa's been able to do, and that's eat up some innings. 9 of his 12 first starts, he's been able to pitch at least 6 or more innings. Longest outing of the year came against the Rangers here. 8 innings of shutout baseball.
He made 5 starts in April and pitched 36 and a third innings. He made 5 starts in May and pitched only 27 and a third innings. And he's pitched into the 7th inning in his first 2 starts in June. Two and 2. And another strikeout, 2 down.
And strikeout number 5 for Kevin Correa.
Pretty good day for Logan Shore. 29th round draft pick of the Twins. He threw a no-hitter for Coon Rapids against Wyzetta in the Class 3A quarterfinals.
Nice going, Logan. Boy, that just upped the ante right there.
2 down. And Ben Revere will hit. Ball 1. Oakland scored a run in the bottom of the 18th. They beat the Yankees 3-2. They've won the season series with the Yankees 5-1. One and 1 to Revere. Obviously, the last meeting of the year tonight between the Phillies and the Twins, and probably the last meeting for quite a while, as we've talked about. This is the 3rd year out of the last 4 the Twins and Phillies have met in interleague play. See a lot of each other in spring training. Phillies train in Clearwater, the Twins down in Fort Myers. Revere driving it to the gap in right center field, his 3rd hit, and it'll go all the way to the wall. No somersault this time as he digs for 3rd. A 2-out triple with Revere cranking one about 390 feet from home plate.
Yeah, 7th hit of this 3-game series now for Ben Revere with his 2nd triple of the year. Got a pitch up and hammered it into right center field.
That wasn't even a strike.
Comes with 2 outs here in the 4th inning.
Michael Young will hit. A couple of fly balls to center field. One hit sharply in the 1st. Then he hit one out about where Revere just hit one, but Clete Thomas was able to haul it in for the final out of the 2nd inning. Fouled away, 1 strike. Pitch number 90 for Correa. Hit the corner, 0-2. Correa trying to keep this a 1-0 game. And Correa with a little bunny hop toward the dugout.
Yeah, he thought that might have been a strike, but Young took it. Was it low? Slider down and away. Let's see what Foxtrack says about this pitch. Says it was a good pitch.
Slowed down by Correa. Nice pickup by Dozier to end the inning. Great reaction by Dozier, who had to change course, charge barehanded, and get the final out.
I'm Jenny Taft. Tonight is social media night here at Target Field, and that means we want you to join the conversation from home and tweet in about the game using the hashtag MNTwins. We've received a lot of tweets. This one came in from B. He said his favorite Twins player to follow is Glenn Perkins because you never know what he's going to say next. Make sure to tweet in using that hashtag MNTwins, and I'll have more of your tweets throughout the game.
And having spoken with Glenn, I concur. You don't know what he's going to say next. Jamie Carroll leading off the Twins' fourth. Strike one. Carroll, Mauer, and Domit. Twins haven't had a base runner yet against Cliff Lee. Starting the inning with 43 pitches thrown. Now Carroll had a long at bat. Ended up hitting the ball hard against Lee, lining out to the right fielder Nix.
He hit that ball previous pitch down that left field line. Just missed from being a fair ball. So Lee does a good job of adding and subtracting. That looked like a fastball right there at 83 miles an hour.
1-2.
Fastball in the low 90s.
Right off the end of the bat, a spinner to Howard. One away. Joe Mauer will hit next. You can get Twins tickets, get fed and entertained at very favorable prices throughout the year. The Sports Authority Value Pack Tuesdays and Thursdays include a ticket, hot dog, and a soft drink. This and other special deals available every day of the week at twinsbaseball.com/tickets. Calling 833-TWINS. One gone. Here's Mauer lined out to the shortstop Rollins in the first. Strike on the outside corner.
Bert, you were talking about how the pitcher is so good at adding and subtracting, and he does it with all his pitches. That's what amazes me is Joe, typical Joe, easy line drive to left field. But as you mentioned that Lee takes some off his fastball, I'm always impressed with guys got as good a curveball as he does. He throws different speeds with that big curveball, and that could really mess with hitters too. As you see Joe, you just can't pitch. Joe's going to hit 900 on that pitch right there.
Well, you saw where that pitch was, almost like a little slider cutter, what they call today. But Joe just lining it into left field.
But what makes Cliff Lee so tough is that you see it several speeds of fastball that move different ways. You see different speeds of curveball. Then you get in a fastball count, and they'll throw a little changeup.
And what makes Lee so good is he can throw all those pitches and not walk a lot of guys. You know, averaging 1.5 walks in his career. There's that curveball you were talking about.
Yep, 73 miles an hour. He'll throw one that's 5 or 6 miles an hour faster than that. And you know, when you see you're a hitter and you see this pitch right here coming up, you see it up there and you think you have it timed, and then it's just a little slower. Even when the pitch doesn't fool you, you recognize curveball. If it's a different speed, it fools you again.
From the center field camera, guys, I think viewers can see the break. What they can't see is the late break. And I would imagine as a hitter, that makes all the difference in the world when something breaks as late as it can. Here's a swing and a miss, 2-2.
It's late break, Dick, you're right, and it's also continuous break. And if you think back to the curveball that struck out Clete Thomas, he saw that ball up higher in the strike zone, and he thought he was getting a hanger, and he went to get it, and then it just kept biting down.
Dolman fouls it away.
Yeah, we're giving you two different looks, one from center field, one from behind home plate. What Dolman is trying to accomplish is make good contact right here against Cliff Lee.
2-2 to Dolman. Hit a fly ball to right his first time up. Missed inside. 3-2. What do you do with Mauer?
Mario, you were talking about the pitch to Thomas. This is the breaking ball right here that struck him out. He just took a little up. There's a bigger break.
Yep, see, he saw it up high. He thought it was a hanger, and that thing just kept biting down.
Foul, and that gets a piece of Quintero. Mauer stayed put.
Both Tech catchers taking a beating so far. Quintero getting hit for the second time, as Mauer has been hit a couple times by foul balls.
Full count again to Ryan Doman. Rollins drops it, picks it up, and still gets a double play. Well, Doman hit it hard right at Rollins, and it's a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning.
Night at the ballpark. I'm Jamie Hirsch inside the Minnesota Lottery Winner's Circle with Diaz. She came all the way from Ely with a very impressive sign. It's even got the Minnesota State Lottery loon on it. Tell me, how did you make this work of art?
I was just so anxious to come down. I just wanted something to show off.
And it's what's on it though? Is it oil paint?
It's oil painting, yeah.
Must have taken you quite a while.
Took me a day.
Well, we certainly appreciate it, and it's been on TV. Bert circled it and everything. Thanks for making the sign.
Thanks for modeling on the moose for me.
Right, she says that's me on the moose there, guys. So we're going to give you $100 worth of scratch-offs from the Minnesota Lottery for all your hard work. So thanks for making this sign.
Thank you. Thank you. Go Twins.
Go Twins indeed, Dick and Bert.
All right, thank you, Jamie. I had a chance to meet those fans before the game downstairs. 1-0 to Jimmy Rollins. The Philly fifth, popped up near third. Carroll. A foul ball catch, one down. And I'll bring up Ryan Howard. Saturday baseball night in America returns for game 2 between the Tigers and Twins. The Twins are hot at home, hoping to make up some ground against the Tigers. It is the Tigers and the Twins here. Baseball night in America Saturday at 6 p.m. One down in the fifth, and Ryan Howard will bat. You ever have that picture of Jamie on a moose from Ely? Reminded me. Did you ever have those paint by number kits when you were a kid?
Oh, yes, for sure.
How did yours turn out?
Ugly.
Yeah, mine were terrible. I was lazy.
I didn't have the patience to look for all the numbers. I just got whatever color I thought.
And you're supposed to paint. You're not supposed to use crayons.
I thought you were going to say you had trouble when it got past 12. But.
Well, that is a high number for me.
2-0. And now 3-0 to Howard. No walks issued by Correa.
Well, just a lot of pitches.
Yep.
97 pitches, 60 for strikes.
Driven to right. And down for a hit. Doma gets the first hop, holding Howard to a single.
Howard given the green light right there and hits it sharply. Gets his second hit of the ball game. For the Phillies, their 8th. Oh, had a lot of top spin. Doma plays that first hop, gets it back in.
Dominic Brown 1 for 2. Anthony Swarzak warming up. One and 0. You're always saying that sometimes the pitcher is going to go out there, isn't going to have a good feel for things, isn't going to have good stuff, but he needs to find a way to keep his team in the game, and that seems to be what Correa is doing here. He's given up a lot of hits. Now he's falling behind some hitters here in the 5th. When you look up on the scoreboard, it's still just 1-0.
Yeah, 7 runners left on base by the Phillies in the first 4 innings, but Correa has been able to get that last guy out, the 3rd out. Even though Ben Revere last inning got a triple, but it came with 2 outs. He was able to retire Michael Young on Dozier's nice play.
3-0 now to Brown. It was 3-0 to Howard before he lined his single.
And you know, if Howard has a green light, you know this guy has a green light too. Delmon Young on deck. 19 home runs for Brown.
I think with Charlie Manuel as your manager, you've got an ongoing green light on 3-0. Chop foul, 3-1.
I really like that, guys. I love a manager that will give his club the home run hitting guys, guys that can really do damage, or even guys that hit a lot of doubles. Give them the green light, 3-0, especially with a guy that's thrown a lot of pitches, been struggling a little bit.
Ball 4, first and second, 1 down.
And the first walk for Correa.
That'll bring up Delmon Young. Bauer to the mound.
Well, most pitches Correa has thrown in a start 2 starts ago. Here against the Seattle Mariners, he threw 110 pitches. Came into the ball game making his 13th start with 13 double plays turned behind him. That's what he needs right here off the bat of Delmon Young.
Young struck out in the first, singled to right, a hit and run single that gave the Phillies a 2-out threat in the 3rd. They didn't cash it in. They still lead just by 1 run, the run they got in the first inning. Foul back and a strike. Swing and a miss.
Good fastball, middle in. Correa with 5 strikeouts in the ball game. Struck out Young to end the first inning on a good slider down and away.
Long look in by Correa. Now he wants to compose himself.
Knows what he wants to throw right here to Delmon Young, just getting the sign from Joe Mauer.
Young strikes out for the second time in the game.
3 pitches. He went all fastballs to Delmon Young, all middle in. And strikeout number 6 for Correa. Hitting Young for the second time.
That's good pitching, Bird. I really like it when a pitcher recognizes that he's throwing his fastball by hitters. Just keep throwing it there. Don't throw them something slower and speed their bat up. Make them prove that they are going to have a better swing. He kept throwing it right where he needed to throw it.
2 on again for Nix. Grounded sharply to short. Kick by Escobar. Second Twins error. And they are loaded now with 2 down and Freddie Galvis.
Yeah, Roy, being a former shortstop, looked like Escobar tried to get that ball too quick to maybe flip it over to Dozier.
Yeah, it did. It looked like he got a nice hop to field here, and just was thinking about getting the ball to second base and looked up a little quick. That's all it took to hit off the kind of clang off his glove there.
Escobar, his 3rd error of the year, loads the bases, but with 2 outs. Correa's done a good job in situations like this so far.
Ball 1.
We'll slow this down a little bit. Just hit the heel of his glove.
Yeah, he was peeking just a little bit, I think. Took his eye off it, and the ball carried to the heel of his glove. He wasn't where he wasn't expecting it.
1-0 to Freddie Galvis. Called strike, 1-1.
You know, that's the errors are going to happen in the game. Guys make errors. You're not going to go through a whole season errorless, but some errors are worse than others, and you feel really, really bad. Everybody knows that your pitcher's throwing a lot of pitches, and you have a chance to get out of the inning there. That's a tough one.
As a pitcher, you want to pick up Escobar right here too, and that's what Correa is hoping to do. You know, if you can pick up a guy that makes an error behind you, it's like they're saying, hey, you know what, that's going to happen. I'll pick you up right here.
1-2 to Freddie Galvis.
His 111th pitch will hopefully be a good one.
Foul.
And if I'm Eduardo Escobar, I want another one right here. Make him hit me another one.
Trying to increase that number of men left on base from 7 to 10.
And if I'm the pitcher, I'm thinking strikeout. I don't want him to hit it to Escobar again.
You want him to hit it to me, though.
I'll hit it to Carroll. Sure.
Carroll will go to the bag. 10 men left on for the Phillies through 5. They lead them 1-0. Just 1 run allowed.
Tell you what, he battled right there.
You want to follow some current Twins, some future Twins on Twitter. Look at the list of Twins players that are on Twitter. About half the roster. And then in the system, Kyle Gibson, Trevor May, Miguel Sano, Alex Meyer with Vance Worley, Vanimal. We anticipate he'll return to the Twins here before too long. So it's a good way to be in contact with the Twins players.
You tweet, I tweet.
Yeah.
We all tweet.
Josh Willingham will hit. I guarantee you, if when I was growing up, Bob Allison and Harmon Killebrew tweeted, Jim Cott, Jim Perry, I would have followed them. 1-0. But as it was, we had a black and white TV, and I was happy to be watching 50 games a year.
Oh, you're one of those rich kids with a TV.
Oh, now come on. 1-1 to Willingham. Checked his swing, took a strike.
Hey, I remember the first TV that we got when we came to the United States. In 1957, we had an old black and white TV.
Right.
Yeah.
And to turn it on about a half hour before the show you wanted to watch was on because the tubes had to warm up. Just missed the corner.
No remote control either.
Hey guys, do you remember the old black and white shows of the Home Run Derby?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Those were my favorite when I was a kid. I watched those, watched Harmon and all those guys.
Oh, Frank Robinson.
To Hopper.
Oh, tough.
Nice pickup by Young. And he throws across to get Willingham.
That's a tough play right there. Michael Young, kind of waited back and knew that little nasty hop was coming, and the soft hands you have to have. And Roy, I mean,
soft and quick, you bet. Yeah, he made a mistake when he didn't charge to get the short hop, but once he waited, boy, he had to make a terrific, soft, quick hands play. You're right.
One down, that'll bring up Morneau. It'll bounce her to second his first time up. That's to left. Brown is there. Pretty well hit ball for out number 2.
Boy, they've hit a lot of balls hard tonight off of Cliffley. Almost everybody in the lineup seems has hit at least one ball right on the screws.
Well, because that's what the way Cliffley is. He's going to attack the strike zone, so be up there ready to swing right there. Justin jumping on that first pitch, out over the plate, hit it sharply, but right at Brown.
Garcia up. He bounced to second his first time up. This won't come as a newsflash to Twins fans who've seen this young man play. Here's a drive to center field. Going back is Revere, and he is there for the catch on the edge of the track. 7 pitch, 1, 2, 3, fifth inning.
Let's take a look at the curveball right here. Watch where it starts, almost at the letters, and then just dropping straight down. At the Cleat Thomas, and at the strikeout of Cleat Thomas in the 3rd inning.
Twins bring a new pitcher into the ball game. It'll be Anthony Swarzak pitching to the Phillies in the 6th.
Well, Swarzak, a reliever that will go multi-innings. His last outing in Game 2 in Washington, 2 1/3 innings. Did give up a couple runs, lost that ball game. Twins ended up losing Game 2 against the Nationals 5-4. Swarzak making his 19th relief appearance.
Quintero, Revere, and Young for the Phillies here in the 6th. Down the middle of strike. Quintero struck out twice against Correa. Changeup over for a strike.
Yeah, I'd hate to use the word gutsy performance, but I think by Correa, that was a gutsy performance. I mean, he worked out of some jams, threw a lot of pitches, of course, 112 in 5 innings, but he didn't give up. He kept battling and finally got that big out of all 5 innings that he pitched to keep it to a 1-0 ball game.
And obviously kept the ball in the ballpark, which had been a bit of an issue for him lately. 1-2. Two and 2. Drops a breaking ball over for a called third strike. Third time tonight that Quintero has fanned. Now they'll try to keep Ben Revere off the bases.
Ben Revere last night picked up 3 hits. And here tonight, a leadoff base hit. Later scored the only run of the ball game as he stole second base. His 15th stolen base here, and his second at bat in the 2nd inning. A base hit, and then a triple, a 2-out triple in the 4th inning. His 2nd triple of the year.
The actual numbers would probably disprove this, but it just seems like it happens all the time. The Twins get rid of a hitter, and they face the Twins and have a great series. It happened when Delman Young was traded to the Tigers when the team was in Detroit. Hit a home run in his first at bat against the Twins.
Well, you go into a game against a ball club that maybe traded you or you played for, go get it, and Justin gets it and steps on the bag for the 2nd out. 2 quick outs for Swarzak, but you know what? I mean, you have that little extra drive to want to show, hey, you made a mistake by getting rid of me.
It's really true, Bert. I know when I was traded a couple of times, you go back and see your old teammates, and that's one part of it. You don't, you want to make them think that they made a mistake. But the other thing is, you don't want to be embarrassed in front of your old guys. You know, you're still friends. When you're first traded, you still feel like you're teammates on both teams almost, and you want a good performance. You just don't want to go out there and struggle. And so you're right. There's a little extra adrenaline going.
David Ortiz against the Twins.
I remember my first time when I got traded in 1976 to Texas Rangers. I came back into Minnesota a little bit later, and I threw a 2-hit shutout against the Twins. I was pumped up. And Gene Mock, Roy's uncle, coached third. He was a manager. He coached third for about the first 5 or 6 innings. He thought he was going to upset me. I kept tipping my hat to him, saying, "Hey, Gene, how are you today?" And finally, about the 6th, 7th inning, he said, that's it. I can't get to this guy. He thought he could get to me mentally, but hey, there's nothing there. He should have known that.
When I was up there, I obviously, Bert, you and I were in the same trade there. I went up to Minnesota. I hit against you that day, and I really wish that Gene wasn't trying to get in your head. I wish he'd affected your curveball a little bit.
I was pumped.
2-1 to Young, and a base hit to left. Another Philly hit with 2 gone in the inning. Yeah, I suppose, they try to get into your head, and they get in there, they hear the echo, and they want to come back
out. They go back, there's nothing there. I told them about the first inning. It does you no good standing there. I'm going to beat you.
You know, Dick, we'll go way back. We'll go way back. In '82, I played the first 4 games in the new Metrodome for the Twins, and got traded to the Yankees. And when we came back, you know, with the Yankees, I remember I hit 2 or 3 home runs that series in the new Metrodome, and it does against my old teammates, and it does seem to kind of be that way. I think that adrenaline, there's something about it.
Roy, how many at-bats did you have at the major league level? 4,000, 5,000, maybe more?
Yeah, something like 5,000, maybe more than that. But I don't remember.
And here you remember that coming back, you know what I mean?
Well, you know, you can remember pitches and hitters that you got out. I remember those.
Those are special occasions.
Those are special moments, and there's a lot of at-bats that I remember, and there's a few I'd like to forget and have forgotten.
1-0 to Rollins. Busted bat. Great stop by Dozier. Can't get the throw there in time. A tremendous play by Dozier. But it'll be an infield hit for Jimmy Rollins.
That's a great effort right there. Dozier at the last second dove for it. Looked like the ball was going to get by him, but he dove on the grass. Got a little dirty. You got to love that. But Rollins just pulling this ball. Look at Dozier, how far he has to just get to the ball. And then, boy, just couldn't get something on that throw. Justin had to come off the bag. But a good effort right there by Brian Dozier.
And watch this throw. His ability to make that little snap throw from underneath, we've seen that a lot from Brian Dozier. It's perfectly suited for second base. That move to second base is in at least 2 areas. His ability to dive and catch it, and then that little flip that he's able to make and get something on the ball is perfect for that position. We've seen it from a lot of different body angles, and that would have been it was a great play. If he got him out, it would have been a terrific play, as you said.
Hey, Roy, you had almost 5,700 major league at-bats. That's a lot of at-bats.
Yeah.
1-0 to Ryan Howard. And a drive to right field, sinking line drive chased by Domet. Young going to come around. Here's Domet's throw to the plate. Mauer with the catch. And the tag, he got him. 3 straight 2-out hits for the Phillies, but the catcher, now a right fielder, throws a strike to the plate to gun down Michael Young. Presented by McDonald's. Right now, you can get 20 crispy chicken McNuggets for just $4.99 at McDonald's. And by Toyota. Let's go places. To find the nearest Toyota dealer and check out our current offers, visit buyatoyota.com. Ryan Domet with a big throw from short right field to gun down Michael Young to keep this a 1-0 game.
Unbelievable. I mean, the Phillies have 11 hits. They have 1 run. It's an unearned run. And Domet right there, being a catcher, he knows the importance of getting to that ball quickly, get it to the catcher as quick as you can, give Mauer a chance. Nice play by Doman.
You know, ordinarily you have all these chances. You only have one run on the board, and you say, boy, we just needed a 2-out hit. 7 of their 11 hits are 2-out hits. They still only have one run. 1-1 to Thomas, and a ball slashed foul. Thomas, a 4-hit night last night. A lot of guys in town here tonight. Friends of his, Detroit Tigers, in town with an off day today. Opening up a series tomorrow. Thomas will be very busy this weekend. Foul back to the screen.
Good swing there. Clete Thomas, he saw him shoot the ball foul, way foul down the left field line, protecting against that big curveball he struck out on in the 4th inning. You got to wait on the ball longer, and that'll let the fastball get in on you.
And there's that breaking ball again. 4th strikeout for Cliff Lee. Let's take a look at this throw. I mean, Ryan Howard hit this ball sharply, and you see.
When's the last time you saw a second baseman jumping for a line drive to right?
And Doman comes up and in the air gets it to Mauer, and then Mauer able to tag out Young.
It looked like they were playing doubles. Tennis out there at second base and right field. Strike 1 to Dozier. Twins have a hit, but Lee has faced the minimum through 5 1/3 innings. The hit typically coming from Mauer, 1-1.
Take a look at Joe Mauer tagging Young right there on the left arm.
1-1. On the outside corner, 1-2.
There's that big curveball he worked on the outer half of the plate.
Pitch count for Lee, modest, just 71 pitches thrown. And Dozier's called out on strikes. 2 down.
Back-to-back strikeout. Strikeout number 5 for Cliff Lee. Straight over the top. That's why I said that, Scott Diamond hopefully is keeping a close eye on Cliff Lee. Now, Diamond doesn't throw as hard, but the delivery is almost identical to where they get to that balance point and then straight over the top type delivery.
Strike 1 to Escobar.
And I'll tell you, Bert, as a hitter, when a pitcher throws straight over the top and then can throw the ball down in the strike zone, that's tough on a hitter.
It's down the line and a foul ball at 3 feet.
There's something about the view from picking up his release point, and as a hitter tries to see it, the release point up by a pitcher's head.
Well, it just planes and angles. That's the biggest thing for Lee. Watch right here. He gets to that balance point, steps to the side so he can get that foot into that pitching rubber to drive off of. The high leg kick. And then keeping that right shoulder in as long as possible and coming straight over the top.
And when a hitter sees it, his hand way up there.
Shades of Sandy Koufax. Right
yeah,
there.
You just naturally think he's going to throw the ball higher than he does.
Just struck out the side.
run on the board.
And as an unearned run, Ryan Howard driving in Ben Revere for the only run of the ballgame so far. Cliff Lee, 6 shutout innings on 76 pitches, 6 strikeouts for Lee. But Kevin Correa, I'll tell you what, he battled here. Too many pitches in 5 innings, 112, but that's some good defense behind him. Got the club in the game.
So we go to the 7th. It's still 1-0. Brown will lead off against Anthony Swarzak. Foul back and strike. Brown 1 for 2 with a walk. Young 1 for 3 with a single and 2 strikeouts, and then Lance Nix. Brown plays Pepper with Morneau, 1 away.
Justin didn't have to move.
Rollins talking with the trainer. And I remember he got a hit in the 6th inning and ran well beyond the bag. I wonder whether he might not have a leg issue of some sort. We'll keep an eye on that. Popped up right side into the twilight, and Domick doesn't see it for a while. Now he spots it, makes the catch, 2 down. It is a tough sky here this time of night. Any ballpark at twilight can be tough. You can swing for the fences with new Home Run Derby mobile game from MLB.com. Available for iPhone, iPad. You can download free today. Compete for the highest scores in a derby mode that recreates the real Home Run Derby tournament at the All-Star game. Home Run Derby from MLB.com. Not the Home Run Derby that Roy was talking about before that would have Eddie Matthews against Harmon Killebrew or Hank Aaron against Mickey Mantle. 1 strike. Nix 0 for 3, 1 for 4. Lance Nix with another 2-out hit for the Phillies. In the 6th inning, 2 were gone. Young got a hit. 2 more hits followed. The Phillies nearly scored an insurance run. A dozen hits, 8 of them with 2 outs in an inning. Freddie Galvis has a single. Check swing ball, 1 low. Twins are almost done with interleague play. They have 2 games in Miami. The next road trip, and then they'll be done. Down the left field line. And Arcia trying to track it. Slides, makes the catch on the warning track. Oswaldo Arcia with a great sliding catch on the warning track. had some errors, but some really good defensive play.
Yeah, Florimo not in the ball game tonight, but he made a good play a couple days ago. Arcia, nice running catch. Cleet Thomas going a long way to make a nice running catch, and then we just saw Ryan Domit make a strike to Joe Mauer, getting Young at home plate. And then Arcia again. Nice sliding catch. Knew he was coming close to that wall. He decided to slide and able to catch that ball.
Jamie Carroll to lead off the 7th for the Twins, and he takes ball 1 inside. Twins with 1 hit. Joe Mauer in the 4th, a clean single to left. He was taken off the bases with a double play grounder. Lee's faced the minimum through 6. Bouncer to short. Rollins. 1 away. And that will bring up Mauer. Usually Joe waits until this time of the game to break up a no-hitter, but he broke it up in the 4th.
Yeah, he did that against Anibal Sanchez. Remember in the 9th inning he broke up his maybe no-hitter. Ended up being a 1-hitter. With Detroit coming in, he'll be pitching on Saturday against Samuel Doduno.
Strike on the outside corner.
13 first pitch strikes for Lee. The 20 batters he's faced so far.
Strike 2.
Just does a good job of controlling the outer half of the plate. Then he comes in for a purpose, works out again, changes speeds well. Ahead in the count, going to go back fastball again.
Just off the plate, 1-2.
Ahead 0-2.
Pinpoint control. They didn't miss by much either. Fastball's going right at him, and it's 2-2.
Well, you want to see if Bruce Dreckman will give you a little bit more outside. He did not. Mauer hit a hanging slider for his base hit in the 4th inning.
And now 3-2, Domit on deck.
Change up right there.
82 pitches for Lee. 55 strikes.
Only the 3rd 3-ball count. Fastball away.
And Mauer flips it foul. Twins have been out hit 12-1. But on the scoreboard, it's still 1-0. And he walked him. I'll give him credit. He went after him with fastballs through that hole at bat. And Joe ends up coaxing a walk. So Lee at least has to go back into the stretch position.
Yeah, he threw one changeup, and that was on that 2-2 pitch. But other than that, everything fastballs.
Doma with a fly to right. Hit the ball hard on one hop to Rollins, who dropped the ball and then still started a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. Ball 1. Roller in front of Young. He's going to have a tough play. Flying it on the run. Got no, safe at first. Close play, and Howard will argue the point. Doma just barely beat it out. And it's the second hit for the Twins, and it only traveled 60 feet.
Well, Gary Darling, the first base umpire, I'm wondering if Brian Howard tried to cheat a little bit right there. Tried to come off that bag a little bit too quick. Look how quick Young got rid of that ball. Take another look right here. Go right there.
Oh, boy. Bang, bang, and the Twins get the call. He's out. Just barely, but let the throw beat Doman to the bag. Here's Willingham with the tying run at second and one away. Low ball one. Willingham a couple of hits in 12 at bats against Cliff Lee.
And one of them an extra base hit, a double.
A high fly to left field. Brown back. Mauer setting up for a possible tag. And he'll draw a throw, and that's it. So again, Willingham just missed it with a towering fly ball and out number 2.
I think over the last week we have seen Willingham hit so many fly ball outs that he is just missing by a hair. And that uppercut swing on a pitch down just got underneath it again.
Morneau got the big hit in the 8th inning here 2 nights ago against a left-handed reliever. He'll try to get one against the left-handed starter in the 7th. Hit the ball hard as last time up, lining out to Brown and left. Morneau came into the game hitting .273 against left-handers. But there are left-handers, then there is this left-hander. 2 strikes to Morneau. Stoops and Horst warming up. A quick trip to the mound by Humberto Quintero. Now you got a battle if you're Morneau. Twins need a hit, and he's behind a really good pitcher, 0-2.
Well, he's pitched Justin mainly away the whole game. Went to the breaking ball, kept it down. Justin got a piece of it. Lee has given up only 5 home runs on the year, 1 to a left-handed hitter.
Another 0-2 pitch to Justin Morneau. To left center field. Rivera can't make the play. It'll roll to the track. Mauer scores. Doman coming in, and Morneau delivers a 2-run double.
Great clutch hitting, 2-out hitting by Justin Morneau. Got a pitch up, and that ball kept slicing away from Ben Revere. He could not get it. Brown has to retrieve it and get it back in. Allows Doman to score from first base. Twins take a 2-1 lead.
Garcia takes outside, ball 1. Garcia tried to turn around a fastball, 1-1. A big 2-run, 2-out double on an 0-2 pitch from Justin Morneau. Two and 1.
Well, 20 pitches so far this inning, the most he's needed, 96 total. Out of those 96, he maybe has made 2 or 3 bad pitches, and one of them to Justin, maybe the other one to Mauer.
Oh, up high, 3-1. Jared Burton might get the 8th inning after missing a few games. 3-1 to Arcia. 3-2.
Pull the string right there. Arcia a little out front.
Bauer fell behind 1-2, I believe it was, and ended up taking some close fastballs just off the plate to get the walk. Domit with the infield hit, just barely beating it out at first.
Yeah, Mauer is down 0-2.
It was 0-2.
Yep.
Full count to Arcia. And that'll sting for a while. Thomas hoping for a chance here in this prolonged 7th inning. And Arcia fighting tough. You know, there's a fearlessness. You can almost see it in Arcia. I don't think it matters who's on the mound. I think he feels he can hit the baseball.
Well, that little short, compact swing, just trying to make contact, and his reaction right there. Boy, I should have hit that ball harder somewhere and hit it fair.
3-2. Driven to right field. Nix makes the catch short of the warning track. Good battle by Arcia. He can't deliver the hit. The Phillies have 8 two-out hits, but only one by the Twins, and boy, was it a big one.
Lead. I'm Jenny Taft, and tonight is social media night here at Target Field. We've been asking you to tweet in throughout the game using the hashtag MNTwins. We've received a lot of tweets from you guys. This one from Tracy. Wow, sliding catch into the left field, warning track wall by Oswaldo Arcia to end the 7th. You don't see that every day. Make sure to keep sending in those tweets. Use the hashtag MNTwins. And of course, I'll have an update after the game.
All right. It's social media night. The Twins trying to acknowledge it, I guess, by making it a 3-game sweep over the Phillies. Justin Morneau with a big 2-run double to put the Twins on the board and put them in front by a run. And Jared Burton coming into the ballgame for the first time since Saturday in Washington.
Yeah, one shutout inning in that outing in the Twins' 4-3 win. Burton bothered a little bit by a groin injury, but making his 30th appearance. Good job by Anthony Swarzak working out of the 6th inning thanks to Ryan Domit's throw home, and then got out of the 7th, no runs.
Kevin Franzen hitting for the catcher Humberto Quintero, leading off the 8th inning. Then the top of the order, Revere and Young. To the right field corner. Chris Parmley's chasing it. He can't get there, and the ball rattles around in the corner. And it's a first pitch double for the pinch hitter, Franzen.
Franzen pinch hit here on Tuesday night and got a base hit. So Franzen jumping on the first pitch from Jared Burton. Fastball away, slicing it down into the corner. Franzen, his 5th double of the year and his 6th hit in 20 at-bats as a pinch hitter.
Now Revere, who has 3 hits tonight and nearly made the inning-ending catch on Morneau's double. Carroll already in on the grass at third base. Morneau will cheat in a step or two, you would think. Revere with 4 sacrifice bunts on the season. Foul tip, strike 1.
Well, Justin will be charging, and what Revere wants to do is bunt it down toward Jamie Carroll at third. That's what Charlie Manuel expects.
Right in front of the plate, and Mauer will have to gun it to first. He's safe. Revere rolled it about 40 feet in front of the plate. Escobar tried to sacrifice last night and ended up with a bunt single, and now Revere does it in the 8th inning tonight.
Yeah, he and his speed right there just bunted that ball. Trying to bunt toward third base. Lays the ball down and then uses his speed. Mauer picks it up. And Ben Revere just beat it out. His 4th hit of the ball game.
Nobody out, tying run at third, and Michael Young at the plate. Singled his last time up. Was thrown out at the plate trying to score on a single to right by Ryan Doman. Twins will play the infield back. They'll concede the tying run here unless the ball's hit directly at Carroll. To right field into the corner, and Parmalee has to play that on a hop. So 3 hits greet Jared Burton. The game is tied, still nobody out.
And just like Franzen, Young jumping on that first pitch and delivering an RBI single. And Ben Revere scoots over to third. So Young picks up his 2nd hit of the ball game, driving in his 13th run of the year.
Now the middle of the Philly lineup: Jimmy Rollins, Ryan Howard, Dominic Brown. Twins will bring the infield halfway in here. A lot of speed, of course. Revere at third, so tough situation now for Burton, who's come into the ball game and given up 3 straight hits on a total of 4 pitches. Outside, ball 1.
Well, Burton has averaged a strikeout an inning, 28 1/3 innings, 29 strikeouts. Could use one here.
Chop toward first. Morneau charges, scoops, fires. Safe at the plate. Revere's speed. Remember, it wasn't a force play. Revere scampered home on the contact play, and the Phillies take the lead.
A tough play for Justin right there. He came in charging, and my goodness, the speed of Ben Revere pretty much stole a run right there. Chopping it in front of Justin. He comes in. Quick throw to Joe Mauer, but Ben Revere already on at home plate.
A fielder's choice, scoring Revere, and it's 3-2 Philadelphia.
Rollins will pick up an RBI, his 22nd of the year. And Rick Anderson out to talk to Jared Burton. Nobody out here. Top of the 8th inning.
with some words for Ben Revere. Caleb Thielbar and Josh Renicky warming up. Howard with 3 hits on the day. His sinking line drive between Domit and Dozier led to Young being thrown out at the plate when the score was still 1-0. Now pitches up, ball 1. The Phillies responding to a 2-spot for the Twins in the bottom of the 7th. And a quick 2 here in the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
A good change up there by Burton. I mean, a contact play is on. There goes the speed of Ben Revere.
He may have beaten it if it was a forced play. That's how fast he got down the line. 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Last 2 pitches, good changeups to Ryan Howard.
And that gets by Mauer, and both runners will move up. Ball may have hit the plate. And then Mauer couldn't control it.
Well, it's another changeup and
pass ball.
Yep. Well, Mauer was crossed up right there.
Ball wasn't in the dirt at all. It had to have been a cross up, I would think, of some sort. Now the infield coming in. And Burton really needs a strikeout. Two and 2. Howard fights the changeup off. There's the strikeout, 1 away.
He stayed with that changeup to Ryan Howard. Finally got the strikeout. First out of the inning.
Now some options here for the Twins. You'll get a look at strike 3 here. Dominic Brown with first base open and Delman Young in the on-deck circle. We'll see how the Twins play.
Yeah, Joe's already put the glove up.
They'll walk Brown to fill him up. Hits, 3 of them to start the inning. Maybe the most damaging one was Revere's single. And when he played for the Twins, he constantly was reminded, don't hit the ball in the air, put it on the ground, good things will happen. And here he tried to give himself up, but he put it on the ground, and with his speed was able to get a base hit that opened up the whole inning.
Yep. I mean, that ball rolled far enough to where Joe had to pick it up and then as quick as he could over to Justin, but Ben Revere just outran the ball.
Twins hoping Delman Young will put it on the ground at somebody. Double play here, getting the Twins out of the inning. Already a couple of runs up on the board. Twins have been out hit now 15-3. Inside, ball 1. Burton had a disappointing outing in Kansas City and then a really good one in Washington. Missed a couple of days because of the groin pull. Did some hydrotherapy here at Target Field. Said it Felt much better yesterday, ready to go today. The results have not been what he would hope. There's a strike on the outside corner. Young has bounced into 4 double plays in 124 at bats. Grounder to third, to second, to first, double play. Dozier hung in there with Dominic Brown on top of him. The Phillies get a pair to take the lead 3-2.
Now the Twins look to answer as we head to the bottom half. We want to invite you to stick around after the game for Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. This was a 1-0 ball game until some late inning heroics happened. We'll break those down and also take a look at some great defensive plays, keeping it close for the Minnesota Twins. All that, more, and of course, hear from the manager, Ron Gardenhire, and his thoughts after the game. Dickenberg?
All right, thank you, Jamie. Mike Adams is a loser here on Tuesday night. Comes into the ball game to pitch to the Twins in the 8th.
Yeah, Adams threw 13 pitches, 7 for strikes in 2/3 of an inning. Did give up the run as the Twins beat the Phillies 3-2 here on Tuesday night, making his 25th relief appearance.
Steve LaRue is in the game catching. Adams' performance the other night got off on the wrong foot. He walked Jamie Carroll on 4 pitches. Carroll came around to score the run on Morneau's single after Adams left the game. He'll face Clete Thomas to start the bottom of the 8th tonight. Ball 1. Adams has had some biceps tendonitis. Phillies have tried to be careful with him.
11 walks in 22 innings.
Fouled back. Thomas tried to hook one over the wall and right. 1-1. Adams has had a history of injury problems in his career, but the Phillies jumped in with both feet, signed him to a contract away from the Texas Rangers.
Signed him to a 2-year contract plus an option year for 2015.
I don't know that there's any part of the game that's less predictable than the performance of a bullpen and the pitchers in it. Phillies at the start of the year thought they were pretty well set. They knew they had one of the game's best closers in Jonathan Papelbon. They felt Adams was going to fill a role adequately. They had some other guys they were pretty confident in, but it's turned out to be just the opposite.
Yeah, by a very high combined ERA.
1-2 to Clete Thomas.
Just over 4.5.
2-2. Thomas, Dozier, and Escobar. Twins have already used one of their 3 bench players, Chris Parmalee, for defense. And Thomas strikes out for the 3rd time tonight, 1 down. Updated look at our AT&T Twitter poll, and we asked which Twins player is your favorite to follow on Twitter. Glenn Perkins has won nearly half the voting. So with 1 out in the 8th inning, Brian Dozier will hit. He's 0 for 2. Takes strike 1.
Adams at 6'5", 6'5", has that long arm. Really brings that arm through. Opens up quickly. Good moving fastball. Works in a little cutter, a curveball, and a changeup.
Around the hands, 1-1.
Fastball at 90 miles an hour.
One and 1 to the Twins' second baseman. 2-1. When Adams came into the game here 2 nights ago, the game was tied at this point. Tonight he's pitching with a 1-run lead. To center. Hit right at Revere. Out number 2. Some late scoring. Let's get caught up.
Well, Cliff Lee, 7 very good innings up until the 7th inning. Twins had no chance, but with a couple runners on, Justin Morneau, a big 2-run double that gave the Twins a 2-1 lead. Ben Revere, he showed off some speed in the top of the 8th inning, beating out the bunt and then beating out the throw home. Cliff Lee, 7 innings, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, only 3 hits allowed. He's the pitcher of record.
Escobar takes a strike, even though LaRue didn't catch it. Escobar put in at short in place of Pedro Florimo.
Florimo's been struggling here with Cliff Lee on the mound, a left-hander, struggling a little bit from the right side, hitting just 111. So getting the night off.
Setting up inside. And Escobar takes a ball. Escobar, as a right-handed batter, didn't fare too well with 2 strikeouts against Cliff Lee. Lee out of the game, and he can win this game because of what happened in the top of this inning.
Circle of the finger. Sinking fastball.
Hot ground ball hit to Young. Adams gets the job done in the 8th inning tonight. Phillies have a lead. Stay tuned for the Gander Mountain weekend weather update for Twins territory.
CenturyLink, what's up? What's next? And with the Detroit Tigers coming in, you see Rick Porcello against Scott Diamond tomorrow night. Anibal Sanchez against Samuel Baduno on Saturday, and then Doug Fister against P.J. Walters on Sunday.
You realize that the Tigers, leading the division, one of the best teams in baseball, they might have 4 starting pitchers go to the All-Star game. You could make a case, I suppose, for anyone but Rick Porcello, Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer. Nobody's beaten him. He's 9-0. Doug Fister, Anibal Sanchez.
Yeah, Twins will not see Verlander or Max Scherzer in a 3-game weekend series.
All right, to the 9th inning, Josh Renicky will pitch to the bottom third of the Philly lineup. Lance Nix, 1 for 4 in the ball game. Freddie Galvis, and then LeRude. Fouled over the Philly dugout.
Yeah, Renicky in his first season with the Twins has done a good job out of that bullpen. Combined 2.93 ERA, and this being his 26th relief appearance. Only hiccup he has, and he himself says he's not happy at his control. Too many walks, 16 walks in 31 innings pitched. Two intentional walks. Jonathan Papelbon loosening up, maybe for the bottom of the ninth.
Might be some issues with the Philly bullpen, but they don't rest there. There's a liner to left, and Nix has his 2nd consecutive hit. That'll bring up Freddie Galvis. Royals beat the Rays 10-1. Irvin Santana with another great start for the Royals. The Royals, when the Twins faced them, had lost 11 home games in a row, but now they're 2 games away from the 500 mark. Galvis giving away the bunt early, and then pulling the bat back and grounding it foul near his dugout.
And Jamie Carroll, who's coming in, said, "Thank you for hitting that foul."
Now the
that's
Phillies are going to pinch run Mayberry for Nix.
Yep. John Mayberry pinch running.
One strike. At the knees, 2 strikes. Ryan Sandberg, the third base coach, in the middle of your screen. Carroll back in the dirt at third base, and another one foul.
Watch out. Looks like everybody's all right. Just a little stinger.
Guy's left hand may have saved the guy to his left some dental work. Two strikes to Galvis. And an awful third strike, 1 down. I don't know if they were friends before this, but they will be afterwards.
Yeah, line drive. Guy putting up his hand saying, "I'll save you." Should have brought my glove.
Ron Gardenhire to the mound here, and he's going to make a pitching change with LeRoux to do up. And the Twins still down by a run. Thielbar will come in to try to shut down the Phillies the rest of the way in the ninth.
Yeah, Minnesota native Caleb Thielbar coming in, making his 9th relief appearance. So far, so good. 10 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, no runs, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts. The win for Thielbar's first major league win coming here back on June 1st against the Seattle Mariners in relief.
So Thielbar will go after the Rude, the catcher, and then Ben Revere, hoping to get the Twins off the field down by just a run. They do have, the Twins do, the top of the order due up in the bottom of the ninth, starting with Carroll, then Mauer, then Parmelee. Thielbar probably never imagined that he'd be pitching at Target Field in the 9th inning a year ago, but here he is. Breaking ball, swing and a miss.
And that's what he's shown. Aggressive fastball, that good breaking ball, occasional changeup.
There's the breaking ball. First pitch was a fastball. Now 2 strikes to LaRue. Turns out Freddie Galvis never was asked to bunt. Ended up striking out. We'll see if that unwillingness or inability to bunt will cost the Phillies here in the ninth. Sliced foul. Phillies trying to end a 5-game losing streak coming immediately after a 5-game winning streak. In terms of win percentage, these two teams virtually in a dead heat. Twins came in playing .468 ball, the Phillies .470. 2 strikes to LaRue. 91 just off the plate. One and 2.
Mayberry at first base, 3 stolen bases in 6 attempts.
Up high. You saw the numbers on Thielbar, and any way you cut him, they are very, very impressive. Hasn't allowed a run of any kind. 5 hits, 10 innings, 4 walks, 2 of them in the very first 2 plate appearances of one of his games, but he got out of the inning without any damage done. 2 and 2. LaRue gone on strikes, 2 down.
Fastball middle in, and LaRue swings through it.
Revere now with a 4-hit night going. 7th time he's done it in his big league career. Never had a 5-hit game. His last hit, a damaging bunt. He was simply trying to advance the runner, and he ended up racing his way for a bunt single. Ball 1.
8 for 12 so far in this 3-game series.
joining a list that includes David Ortiz, Carlos Gomez, J.J. Hardy, so on and so forth. 1-0. Off the knuckles, out of play.
Here tonight, he got a base hit in that first inning off of Kevin Correa. Then stole second base, his 15th stolen base. In the second at bat, a base hit to left, and then a triple in the fourth inning. In the eighth inning, that bunt pushed out far enough. Joe Mauer, by the time he threw the first, he beat it out. And then on Ron's infield hit, or fielder's choice, Ben Revere showed his speed again.
Chop to the right side. Another good outing by Caleb Thielbar. Earlier, he picked up his first major league win. We'll see if he can get number 2 as the Twins try to hit against Jonathan Papelbon. With a couple of one-run wins already in this series, they'll hope for a couple runs here in the bottom of the ninth against one of the best closers in the game, right-hander Jonathan Papelbon.
11 for 11 in save opportunities this season for the Philadelphia Phillies. His second season with the Phillies. Of course, 7 seasons with the Boston Red Sox.
Chris Herman's going to come off the bench and hit for Jamie Carroll. The Twins hope to get something started here.
Mayberry staying in the game when he pinch ran for Nix. He'll take over in right field.
Herman's had quite an impact on this Twins lineup in very limited duty. 6 hits and 12 at bats, including a home run, 4 runs batted in. 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter. Then Mauer, then Parmelee. First pitch, slow breaking ball, I guess. Ball 1. An all-star in his first year with the Phillies last year, likely to go there again this year. All-star game in New York this year. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Remember that extra inning ball game at the Nationals, the 11th inning, Herman pinched hit, and he ended up drawing a walk, and then later scored the winning run. When Ryan Domit knocked in the winning run, Twins won 4-3.
The line foul, 1-2. One of the things that makes Papelbon so tough, or a statistical show of his excellence, he's played in 7 postseason series, and he's been scored on in just one of them. I mean, that's Mariano Rivera type of stuff there. 1-2 to the leadoff man here in the ninth. And Herman's gone on strikes.
Papelbon picking up his 21st strikeout in 23 innings pitched. They wanted that ball up on Herman, but the sinking fastball down and away, and Herman swings through it.
Bowers hit the ball hard twice tonight, lining out to the shortstop in the first, singling in the fourth against Cliff Lee, then drawing a critical walk in the seventh, falling behind 0-2 and working out the walk against Lee when the Twins did score their 2 runs. Takes strike one. Parmalee will hit next. The Twins inserted him into the game for defense after they took the lead in the seventh. Ryan Doman out of the game.
That's that split finger he has right there. Bottom just dropped out of it. The facial expression, Jonathan Papelbon. You don't see the glove, you don't see the ball at all.
Bauer just 1 for 7 against Papelbon, but the one was a home run. If the Twins can get to Morneau, he's just 1 for 8 against Morneau, or against Papelbon, with the one being the home run. Joe Mauer gets a double. It'll come as a surprise to Charlie Manuel. He's got his outfielders so deep you can hardly see them out there. 2 strikes to Mauer. Inside, there was a time very early in his career. Papelbon was a starter. In fact, he made his major league debut as a starter against the Twins at Fenway Park.
Yeah, that back in 2005, and he was supposed to start 2006, remember? And then they didn't have a closer. And he told Terry Francona, I'll close. And what a closer he's been.
Mauer keeps the at-bat alive.
.38 saves last year in his first year with the Phillies. 268 career saves.
One and 2. The Root sets up inside. Mauer fouls an outside pitch away, and Papelbon, he's gotten the first out, but he's kind of misfiring a little bit here.
Yeah, you saw when he struck out Chris Herman that, LaRue wanted that pitch up around by his hands, and it was a sinker down and away.
Parmalee waiting on deck.
Back inside again.
And he tied him up. 2 down.
That time he got the ball inside. He missed with a previous pitch that Joe Mauer fouled off. LaRue went back inside again. Sat inside in the pitch. Good fastball, running fastball. Mauer swings through it.
So it's up to Chris Parmalee to extend the 9th inning here. Parmalee's first plate appearance, Doman had gone 1 for 3. An infield hit in the 7th. Chopped up to first. And the Phillies win a 1-run ball game in the series finale.
Well, the Twins almost pulled out a miraculous Angeles type of win. 16 hits for the Phillies, only 3 runs. But they rallied late and beat the Twins.
No home runs were hit in this game, or for that matter, this entire series. But the home run challenge continues through Father's Day. You can make your pledge by going online to homerunchallenge.org. Twins pitchers did strike out 10 Phillies tonight. And the Twins organization has donated $47,000 this week for prostate cancer research. 2 one-run wins for the Twins in games 1 and 2. Dave Benz, tonight it was the Phillies' turn.
Still a series victory here for the Twins, but no doubt they would have liked to have gotten the sweep. We've got it all covered for you post-game style coming up on CenturyLink Twins Live. Stay with us.